sorry. You can hear him, right? You can hear him talking.
Yeah, Pika Pika Pika, he's adorable.
You're adorable. They can't understand me, kid.
They can't understand you, kid. What's going on, everyone? Welcome. Welcome. What's up, guys? What's wrong, Cody? You good?
When that thing's see-through, it's kind of terrifying.
Thank you for the host. Welcome back. This is the rDNA podcast. The R is for real. R-E-E-L, because we keep it real.
Real?
Because it's real fun here. That's why Cody joined us this week. He's generally not the co-host.
R is in pirate.
R. Thank you for the host, MX. Thank you for the host, Cody King. Welcome to the rDNA podcast. We review video game films here on this podcast. Normally it is myself, Rob, and Wicked. But Wicked has just returned from a festival. He was with ICP and doing a bunch of things, which is exciting because 1 week from tonight, we're actually going to be reviewing the latest EP from ICP.
He was doing all of the things.
He's going to have some exclusive video clips and all kinds of stuff next week. So you're going to want to watch the video version of that. But tonight we are here again, as mentioned, with my normal co-host, Rob. Welcome. How are you?
I am good.
And Cody King, normally the host of the Nerds of Wrestling podcast. He is guesting here with us tonight because this was his prize pick. Why did you pick this?
Because Pokemon is great. And usually you do a bunch of bad movie reviews, so I figured we'd switch it up and do a good movie review. And it feels good all the way to the jellies.
Well, here's the thing. Thank you for the host, Batman. Here's the thing. We have been searching for the worst video game film ever made. That has been our journey since starting this podcast. Have we achieved that yet?
I don't think we found it.
You don't think we found it yet? We've reviewed some pretty terrible ones. Is Detective Pikachu terrible?
Oh.
No.
No.
It is one of the top grossing video game films of all time.
As it should be.
But does that make it good? That's what we're going to dive into tonight. You two said no. I'm going to agree with you. It's not a bad movie. So we'll talk about it, though, throughout this. If you guys just want to know what we thought immediately, that's the podcast. We all thought it was good. So thanks for watching. If that's all you wanted to know. I'm trying to itch my forehead, and I'm blocked by Pikachu here. I don't know if I could wear this the whole time, but I'm going to try. So, again, welcome, everyone. So Detective Pikachu, Pokémon Detective Pikachu, to be exact, is a 2019 mystery film directed by Rob Letterman, based on the Pokemon franchise created by Satoshi Tajiri, and serving as a loose adaptation of the 2016 video game of the same name. The film was produced by Legendary Pictures in association with Toho. It is the first live-action Pokemon film, as well as the first live-action film based on a Nintendo game property since Super Mario Bros. Back in '93, and we did review that. You can check that out in our archives. Please
sure
do
did.
so. And did we like it? Did we hate it? Go find out. Ryan Reynolds. Oh my God, my man, how you doing?
I don't think he can. Yeah, he can do no wrong. Like it just.
Oh, I mean, he's a dude. He can do wrong, but has he yet? That's the question. Has he yet? I don't know. I don't think so.
Unlike
Anybody?
you, I don't waste all these people's time.
Oh, we got
bitching.
You got to
and
do it during a
moaning
podcast,
and
MX.
bitching.
You could do it
and
during any
bitching
show.
And bitching. And
Boo.
bitching.
Everyone
and
boo
bitching.
MX.
You know bitching. You know bitching. And bitching.
This is like the longest
And
redemption.
He does not honor the redemption.
And bitching.
Well, I'm gonna honor it.
I know that was.
Yeah, dude,
I would
and
expect you to
bitching.
honor it.
It's just the longest redemption because it just goes on and on and on.
And
The
bitching.
Fifth Man and Joseph Storm.
Trevor says Green Lantern X-Men Origins. Hold off MX if you can. Those are long. You can redeem it anytime. But yes, Ryan Reynolds stars as the voice and facial motion
Green Lantern was
capture
pretty bad.
of. I mean, is it his fault though? that it was bad?
Well, you said he couldn't do any wrong. That was kind of wrong. Just accepting the role.
I guess.
CGI suit. That's all you gotta.
I guess. He did the facial motion capture as well of Pikachu with Justice Smith, Kathryn Newton, Suki Waterhouse, Omar Chaparro, Geere, Ken Watanabe, and Bill Nighy in live-action roles. The plot follows a former Pokemon trainer, Tim Goodman, and the titular Pokemon as they attempt to uncover the mysterious disappearance of Tim's father, Harry. The second film has a worldwide gross of, this film has a worldwide gross of $433 million. That's a lot of monies. That's a whole lot of monies. It's the second highest grossing video game film adaptation of all time behind Warcraft, which we also reviewed, by the way, which I still can't believe is the highest grossing film in a video game film.
I can.
It's decent.
Is it?
And it's very popular.
But no, the movie wasn't good.
It was okay.
Go back and listen to that episode.
Maybe we should have had Cody here when we had the thing. I would have had somebody on my side.
You probably would have.
It was an okay movie.
I think that was his pick too.
It was my pick. I snuck it onto the poll when you guys weren't expecting, and it actually won. So you guys were forced into it.
You like sneaking things on polls, don't you?
Absolutely.
It's that kind of podcast, ladies and gents. Which coincidentally was another film produced by Legendary Pictures. So this one, Detective Pikachu and Warcraft.
NAW Universe.
Thank you for the host, Raid. What's going on?
Wrestling.
So let's dive in, shall we? Let's start breaking the plot down, and then we'll share our thoughts, feelings, emotions, love, hate, resentment. In the Pokemon universe, Tim Goodman is a 21-year-old insurance adjuster who gave up his dream of being a Pokemon trainer following the death of his mother and estrangement from his father, Harry, a police detective. Tim is contacted by the police of Rhyme City, a city where humans and Pokemon live together in harmony and Pokemon battles are illegal. He is informed by Harry's friend, Detective Hideo Yoshida, that Harry was killed in a car accident, which actually is what opens up our film. This film, I believe, is PG. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is a dark opening sequence.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yowie wowie!
Rated dropping bombs, 1,000-bit donation. Hip hip hooray. Thank you for that, sir.
Right.
Hooray.
Hooray. Yeah, that is a dark opening sequence, a car accident. They don't obviously show the death per se, but a car accident is scary nonetheless for a child. So I felt that was like not expected. So warning out there, if you're going to show this movie to your kids, there are some dark and scary sequences in this PG film, and it opens with one. We then...
It's the PG and not G. See, you're all good.
I mean, do they even have G rating anymore? What is the last film that gets a G rating?
Blippi.
You get it.
Which one?
Blippi.
Blippy? It's not a
The
movie.
YouTube guy, Blippy.
He's not a movie, though.
You tell me Blippi doesn't have a movie? Don't lie to yourself.
Does he have a movie?
I'm sure he does.
I mean, he's got like DVDs you can buy.
Everybody has a movie these days.
I don't think he has a movie yet.
Mm.
I don't know. Somebody look that up. We need to know about Blippy stat. Because like both of my kids obsess over Blippy. And the fact that he...
Is that something you ever thought you'd be telling people to look up on a podcast, Trav?
No, there's a lot of things that
Need
I've
more
done.
info on Blippy?
There's a lot of things I've done on air with you guys that I didn't think I'd ever be doing. So, Trevor, don't act
Check
like
out
you
our
don't know what
OnlyFans for
Blippy
more
is.
of that.
No, they're censoring OnlyFans, dude. Next month, it's all over for us. Opportunity missed.
Well, they better get over there quick then.
We could have had DNA After Dark.
I was looking forward to that.
That was going to be our hit. But now it's not.
That's too bad.
I liked the opening, too. Like, it goes from dark to where... Good Lord, you guys.
Yowie wowie!
Yowie wowie. We got to get rid of that alert because he's not there anymore. That's a bad alert. 2,000-bit donation from Cody King. Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hooray. Thank you, Cody. He wanted to make sure he was still in the lead. And he did so. The shit-eating grin. Where was I? Yes, the opening. one of my probably. What's up, Emma?
What do you mean, really? I was still in the lead by 496.
That's
Now
true.
it's 2,496.
You guys are about to have a Pokemon battle right here.
I choose Moxley. Moxley, come here.
Oh, that's unfair. That is unfair. Because he cast adorable. And you can't deflect that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't deflect that. That is cheating.
No, we can't see your dog. We don't know it's real.
But maybe. So we open up with Tim and his friend heading out to capture a Pokemon for him. And they spot Cubone, Bone. First I got
A very depressing Pokemon.
Why?
Well, for one, he wears his mother's skull as a hat. And he was
Maybe
crying.
he's just honoring
nonstop.
family.
Well, he was crying the whole time. Well, let's not forget that.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a cool Pokemon. He's probably in my, if I had to rank top 10, I don't know where I'd rank it, but
But it's also kind of sadistic.
It is. I feel the backstory for a lot of them is sadistic. The clever names for some of them too, like Ekans.
Snake backwards.
What about Muck? No, not backwards. We're not doing that on this podcast. Moving on. So he gets into a battle with, not really a battle. He tries to capture Cubone. If you know anything about Pokemon and Pokemon training, you can't just throw your ball at him and try to capture. You have to weaken them a little bit or do something. Or give them a berry, like they tend to like that in Pokemon Go, and then it's easier to capture them. He does nothing. He just chucks the ball, and into the ball it goes. He goes to pick up the ball, and it's not green yet. Bursts out, and then he proceeds to get attacked by Cubone throwing the bone at him, which I thought was a pretty funny opener. Thoughts? I guess
So a large part of this movie, I think, I would miss because, Trev, can you guess how many times I played Pokemon?
0.
Correct.
Have you seen the anime?
No.
What?
Hold on. So what familiarity are you with Pokemon then?
I know that they're a trading card game, and they had that, and you played it all the time on things.
Oh my god.
That's rare. You might be one of a very, very small
I did know that
percentage.
Pikachu was a Pokemon. I did know that going in.
Well, that's a plus.
Oh my
So,
Trevor says you fired. All right, we're going to play a game then. A weekly ongoing segment on the show is going to be, Who's that Pokemon? See, he gets it. He gets it. And Rob has to guess. Otherwise, he's going to get put in squash matches every Thursday night.
It's Clefairy! Fuck!
Old Roshi says, did you ever watch Digimon, Rob? Well, I suppose he's asking
Digimon
any
was
of us.
great, too. What about
did
Yu-Gi-Oh?
not. Nope.
No Yu-Gi-Oh for me. Digimon, I had the Digimon thing because it would link and you could fight them. Oh, you're being booed now, by the way, Rob. You can't hear this, but you're being booed by Rated. But
That's
I had
okay.
the-
Rated's
Don't
dead to
know
me, so
Pokemon.
it doesn't
Nice.
matter.
I had the little, like, the
He
Gigapets,
dead.
the Digimons, because those are the ones that you could link and, like, actually fight people. I had that. I was all about Tamagotchi. Definitely about Pokemon. I still have my Pokemon Red and Yellow, my Game Boy Color, literally behind my green screen here. Yes, I'm a Pokemon fan. Cody, I know you're a Pokemon fan. I don't know how big of fan you are.
I've pretty much watched the entire series, even the new ones with my child. I got back into it to watch the newer ones because he liked Pokemon. So I've seen all of the movies as well. I've played all of the games, even though they're almost the same. And yeah.
I have so many questions for you now, iRob. Like, because for Cody and myself now, watching this or rewatching this movie like we did for this review, for you, Rob, it was the first time you'd ever seen it. For us, like, I felt like there were so many moments where, like, I was joking, but in reality, who's that Pokemon, right? We got to see these 3D, somewhat realistic looking Pokemon in this
And I
world.
will
A
say,
lot of
even
them.
just sitting down, because Amy watched it with me last night, and I was like, I'm not, but if you were a Pokemon like fanboy, you would love just how many Pokemon they're showing in this movie.
And they didn't show enough. Like, they only showed, I think it was around 60 to 80 different Pokemon in this whole movie.
No way.
That's
I think
it.
it's more than that.
I looked it up. IMDb, man.
That's the official count.
They said 60 to 80 was the official
I
count.
feel like it's like 60 to 80 in that opening sequence. So many.
There was a lot, but at
Walking
the time
through
of,
the city too, there was so many.
there was a lot there too. But there were
Yeah,
so
that's
many I
true.
felt like they missed. Like 60 to 80 is a lot. Like,
Well, yeah.
you're talking about
for
one,
sure.
at least one per minute throughout the whole film, of one different one per minute throughout the whole film, or every other.
So I
minute.
do know that a big part of that from the movie like missed me, but even me not knowing about it, I was like, because if you see in other movies where I am a fanboy of it, and like I pick stuff out, and I'm sure people have no idea what it is, so I could kind of see the potential for that. Where if you were a Pokemon fan, that would be kind of a cool thing for people.
Well, you're going to have such a different opinion, or maybe not, from this material. Rated says 54 is what he had found. So, like I said, there's not like a lot. At the time of filming this, there are over 800 Pokemon.
A lot of generations.
A lot of generations. I mean, the games have been on over 22 years at this point, 23 years. At the time of the film, it was like just over 20 years when they were making it. So to include 54 out of over 800, like, you're not going to probably get your favorite Pokemon. That's my
Well,
other
yeah, I
question.
mean, of course, you're not going to have all the evolutions as well. I mean, the only ones that you saw multiple of was like, yes, you saw Charmander and Charizard, and then you saw Squirtle and you saw Blastoise, but you didn't see Charmeleon. I mean, you're not going to see all of the evolutions of each Pokemon. That would be a little extra.
Yeah, we didn't see Raichu. We didn't see Pichu.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
Didn't
starters.
see Clefairy.
Yeah, we didn't see Clefairy. The question I had, well, that's a hard question for iRob, but for both of you, was your favorite Pokemon featured in this movie?
No.
I-
Yes, actually, for a brief moment.
What is your answer, iRob? Do you have a favorite?
Oh well, since I only knew one going in, I guess you could say yes. Because if I only know one, that would make it my favorite.
Which is?
Pikachu.
I mean, I guess that works. All right. Yeah, I have a back and forth for my top, and they were both in this film. So
Yeah, I have a back and forth for my top, and only one was in.
Rated says Jigglypuff, while Roshi says Squirtle.
Well, who's your favorite that was in there? You said you had two?
I do. I absolutely adore Pikachu, hence my amazing sunglasses here. But my other favorite is Jigglypuff.
Yeah, mine are Growlithe, which was in there for a brief moment walking into the coffee shop.
Yeah, they were with the police, right?
Yeah, and then my second would be Ninetales, and Ninetales was not in the movie.
You did get an evolution of Eevee, though, in it.
You did. You got Flareon.
Yep, which I thought was a neat little touch. But there's, 7 or 9 different variation evolutions of Eevee, I think, now?
Now there's a lot.
And those are done by various different stones, iRob, in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? Because
So-
you know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm just gonna sit here and look pretty at those moments.
We are Poke nerds, so...
That's fine.
And even I don't know a lot. I'll get called out for inaccuracies, I'm sure. I love the stuff, but I'm not going to be like, I'm the biggest fan, you know.
So Eevee has 8 evolutions.
Rated says
Funny.
9.
Oh, I just looked it up, and it says 8.
So rated...
Unless you're counting Eevee,
that could
then
be.
I guess it would be 9 if you count Eevee.
Rated wants to get swapped in. He's trying to kick the co-host of the show out. You can't do that. Who does that?
He didn't watch the movie yesterday.
It's true, yeah.
It's true. Did you watch the movie yesterday?
Yeah, did you
Recently?
Did you do homework for this? We did homework.
I watched it last night.
So you got Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Sylveon, Glaceon, and Espeon. That's 8. And then Eevee, which would make 9.
Wow, so MX says somebody said I look like a live action Jigglypuff today, and you haven't recovered from it. Who's calling you out like that, and why aren't they getting punched in the face? Rated watched it several times to know it by heart. Damn. So, call us out on our mistakes as we go through this. Facial recognition software does not work on my iPhone. I wonder why. I'm not a Pikachu. So, he is informed by Harry's friend, Detective Hideo Yoshida, that Harry was killed in a car accident. Tim goes to Harry's apartment to sort things out and meets Harry's police partner, deerstalker-clad amnesiac talking Pikachu, who only Tim can understand. All others simply hear him say, Pika, Pika.
That was terrible.
You do it then, damn it.
I got a crying individual in the background. I don't know if you can hear her.
Have them do it
Oh,
then.
I think she stopped.
Have them do it.
I don't think she will. Camden will try. I can't get that high pitched.
Rated says Ryan Reynolds is the voice for Pikachu, so of course he watched it a lot. Do you sing Pokemon while crying like Pikachu did? You pay me not to? How much are you going to pay me? Because I'll just keep doing it the rest of the episode then.
Pika Pika!
Pikachu! Pikachu!
Jesus.
That's when he's going to
Do you need a
finish you off.
hanky? Like, did you just sneeze? Like, what the...
Get
It
out
could
of
have
here.
been.
Ty is just being quiet. Ty is. He's behaving himself tonight. I'm proud of him. Good Ty.
Ty's not going to make it here, besides that one on the couch.
Oh. Hi, Ty, when you're listening back, if you do. I thought that was a neat touch that only he can hear Pikachu, and it allowed a lot of comedy to happen during the course of this film. One of the scenes was the opening little clip I played where he was trying to get people to recognize that Pikachu's talking to him, but only he can hear them. And then it pans back to Pikachu and he says the Pika Pika. And that was just great. So
And right after that, he tells them that he was snorting something up his nose.
yeah, that's a great way to get some people to get the hell away from you real quick. And they did.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was gas. I mean, no, that doesn't sound good either.
So speaking of the gas, he accidentally released a mysterious purple gas known as R from a vial he finds in Harry's office. They are then attacked by a party of Apom, which become rabid under the gas's influence. Now, in these games, when you've played Pokemon over the years, do you do exactly what it says you should do or implied what you should do in Pokemon is catch them all? Is it your goal to just get through the game, or do you just try to catch them all? Are you a completionist?
After I complete the main game, that's when I start catching.
Oh, you go back after completing the game.
Yeah, I go back. Unless there's Pokemon that I can only get at certain specific times in the game. And then obviously I'll have to try to do it then and take up some time. But it's fine because you're still leveling up, which means you're going to be more in tune to complete the next gym leaders and everything like that.
And that's what I do. I go from area to area, and I like what they've added in the recent games where they tell you an area is cleared of all the available types. So I clear out areas before proceeding if I can. I do use guides for that aspect to tell me if they're available now or later. Some people consider that cheating. Frankly, I don't give a damn if you think that. I'm enjoying the game from my experience. It's not.
I feel like everybody does that. I do that. Is
Well,
that
good.
cheating?
I don't know.
Cheating to
I've
figure out where and when to catch
I've
the
been
Pokemon
called
that
out.
you want?
I've been called out before for using guides. But it's
Well, if you don't use a guide, I don't think you'd ever be able to do it. So
probably not.
joke's on you
Yeah,
guys.
not that game. There's too many to catch them all.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, all I want to do is be the very best.
That no one
some
ever
fun.
was.
To catch them is my real test.
We're not doing this right.
To train them is my cause.
Uh-huh.
I will travel across the land, Cody.
Searching far and wide.
Teach Pokemon to understand
Side.
Pokemon! Pokemon!
No, this has gone on way too long.
See, all Roshi's singing, you're my best friend in the world we must defend.
Oh, man.
It was bound to happen at some point during this episode. You all know it.
It was. But the thing that we probably should do that we wouldn't have done unless somebody brought it up is Team Rocket, because they were really nowhere to be found here.
Why? Why no Team Rocket? No reference besides the
None.
R, which I found kind of
Yes.
clever. But that's it. That was the only, like, maybe. But
Possibly, but it's also a stretch.
Yeah. Jesse. James. No? Nobody? We're not going to do that one? Prepare for trouble? Make it double? Okay. Anyways, the pair escape, and Pikachu explains that after losing his memory following the crash, he believes that Harry also survived the crash as the police never found his body. They meet an informant of Harry's, a Mr. Mime. And, oh my god, this was great. I freaking love
Beautiful
Mr.
scene.
Mime. Where they interrogate him by dumping gasoline inside his little box that he's concealed himself in.
Fake gas.
I love how Pikachu is like making it like it's what's that game?
Charades?
Yeah, charades. And he's just guessing completely wrong every time. Mr. Mime, he's even stopping to tell him. He's like, guess.
And then they accidentally light the match at the end of the sequence. It's like, oh no, they blew him up. Mr. Mime's burned up. That was just really clever stuff, and it's just the humor in there. I don't know if it was just the writers or the influence by Ryan Reynolds, because that man is just genuinely funny for whatever reason. I don't know why he's so funny. He's just funny. He makes me laugh. Why is he better looking than everyone?
Besides Paul Rudd.
No, get out of here. Are you serious?
Don't disrespect Paul Rudd.
Are you
Paul
serious?
Rudd ages in reverse, that's all.
Hold
Absolutely.
on.
I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is my favorite actor, but right next to Tom Cruise.
Tom
Ryan Reynolds is just slightly under with RDJ.
You said Tom Cruise?
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Top Gun is my favorite movie. Don't
That's
disrespect.
fine. It's a good movie.
Tom Cruise is like only 5'5". He's shorter than me.
It's fine, but he does all of his own stunts.
Yeah, did you
That's
see
because
they
he's a
wouldn't let
midget
him-
and they just throw him.
They wouldn't let him
He did
fly an
tear up his
F-18.
knee.
Did you see that? For the next
No, he tried
Top
to-
Gun movie, the military wouldn't let him
he
fly an
tried to do it?
IF-18. Yeah, he wanted to do
Jesus
that.
Christ.
They said
In
no.
Mission Impossible, I remember he wrecked the motorcycle and destroyed his knee and put the whole movie on standby for like.
He also
a couple
fractured an ankle at one point.
months.
The scene where he jumps from one roof to another. And one of them, he
Gotta
came
love
up short, fractured his ankle, got back up, and finished the scene by running across the roof on a fractured ankle.
Hell yeah, Tom Cruise is the man. Did that bump him up your list at all? 'Cause
No.
it bumped him up mine.
I do
Goodbye,
enjoy.
RDJ.
No, I do enjoy the Mission Impossible films, but I can't
Great
say that
films.
I'm a fan of Tom Cruise. I guess I did enjoy the Mummy film he was in as well. When everyone shit
What
on
about
that one.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith? That was him, right?
Oh, that was Brad Pitt.
That was
Was it Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt and Angelina.
Yeah, it was Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah,
So close.
Brangelina.
So close.
But yes, so far.
And in the end, it didn't even matter.
But you tried so hard. Anyways, that loops. Back to the movie. So Mr. Mime directed them to an illegal underground Pokemon battle arena. The arena's owner, Sebastian, recognizes Pikachu as the Pokemon who injured his Charizard in a previous battle and demands a rematch.
He also damaged his coat. You can't forget the coat.
The coat, yes.
True.
The coat. The man needs a shirt, though. Did they mention that? This was a cool sequence. Like the arenas battle, like it's a believable thing. Obviously, there's in some cities, there's illegal betting and fights and various things like
Fighting.
this. This was cool
That's
to
what
see.
it was like.
So who was in the first fight?
Haunter
Yes.
and Blastoise.
Hunter and Blastoise, and then not what do you say? It starts with a G. What the heck is his name? I can't remember his name. There was another one.
That was the only fight. Are you talking about another fight?
Maybe when it was all chaos, there were other things that were happening. I'm trying to find.
Yeah, there was plenty of other Pokemon that showed up.
So that was cool, though. In the midst of this, he doses Charizard with the R, stirring him into a violent rage, and Pikachu is unable to summon his electrical powers to fight back. He was basically standing in the middle of the arena like he had to poop, and he just couldn't do it in front of everybody.
Don't watch me. I can't do it when people are watching.
I swear, this never happens. So I thought that was cool. Obviously got lucky when everything kind of went crazy. While attempting to save Pikachu, Tim knocks Sebastian over and breaks several gas vials in his jacket, sending the arena's Pokemon into a frenzy. The arena is then raided by police, and Tim is brought to Yoshida, who reveals footage of Harry's crash, explaining that it is impossible for Harry to have survived, which we will find out later in the movie, as that's a very important plot piece to, I guess, a twist, if you will. You gotta have a twist, right? So we got to see a bunch of more Pokemon. We got to see the craziness. We got to see a really cool fight sequence between them all. I mean, at this point in the movie, it's been a fun ride. Like, I'm not disappointed at all with anything. The plot beats, the pacing of the movie has been spot on. What are your guys' thoughts so far?
No, this was great. I mean, the underground Pokemon fighting ring is believable, which that was cool. And yeah, just being able to see all the other Pokemon waiting to either fight or the Pokemon. I mean, we did see a Pokemon battle before that between Blastoise and Haunter. We saw moves that we didn't think we would see a real life adaptation of. And then even with all the chaos and everything going on, Pikachu grabbing the Magikarp and saying that all he needs is a little kick, and he throws him throws him at the Charizard and kicks it.
Maybe we need a little more than that.
To not do anything, and then it eventually does turn into a Gyarados, which
was cool.
Pikachu responds with, "Hey Tim, I can't swim," and then they flood out of the building.
So this is what's great for all of that. I have no idea where the backstory for any of the Pokemon, and I still thought it was funny and laughed and thought it was great. Still.
Magikarp is basically a useless Pokemon. His only move is what, Splash?
Splash, yeah. But he has one of the most badass evolutions to Gyarados, who's that giant water dragon that you saw.
Which, I can't remember, is that Water Stone or does he naturally evolve after a certain level?
No, he actually evolves.
Naturally, when he levels?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember.
He does in the games too. That's why you always put him in your party at like the number 6 spot. Never use him, but he still gets the XP, and when you have XP share, of course. Then he eventually.
God, I'm so happy that the new games have that automatically built in now.
Yep. Instead of having to get an actual item that was XP share and link it onto a specific Pokemon.
Because, man, let me tell you, I am tired of battling Pidgeys and Rattatas over and over again and swapping out my first Pokemon to level up. So happy for experience share. Back to the movie, though. Tim and Pikachu are contacted by Howard Clifford, the wheelchair-bound founder of Clifford Industries, who created Rhyme City as a utopia for Pokemon and humans. Why Rhyme City? That was the biggest question I had, too. Was that a plot or like a location in one of the games that I don't remember?
The newer Pokemon, like anime, it is a city, and it is a place where Pokemon and humans live together, but it was also in one of the games. It was like I don't know if it was the first one. It was the first one that was like a 3D world. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a 2D.
Okay.
And yeah, you could go into that town, and it was kind of like a circle and a street down the middle of it, and there was shops in there.
Was that X and Y?
Yeah, it was either X and Y or black and white.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's one of
Because
those
isn't
two,
Vermilion one of them? Is that like the first one?
possibly.
I don't know.
They all kind of blend together.
Yeah, when you've played so many of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not here to be an expert on it. I have a lot of memories of, just not that one apparently. So yeah, Howard reveals that he was Harry's last client and that Harry was abducted by a genetically engineered Pokemon called Mewtwo. Which, if you don't know anything about Pokemon, they explain that, right? He's genetically altered. He is Mewtwo because there is a Mew. Which
I found really cool, because in that part where they were explaining who Mewtwo is, they talked about the movie, the first Pokemon the movie, because they talked about where he came from and the battle that took place there, and then he vanished for years until now. So it was pretty cool how they referenced the movie that was what, Pokemon 2000.
Pokemon 1999, Pokemon the first movie.
Yeah. So
it's
it was
20 years later.
At this point, 20 years later. It was a nice little throwback to an animated movie at that.
Which was a really good film. If you haven't seen it yet, highly recommended that.
And it shows that they're all connected. So
we didn't get Ash Ketchum though. Also, we
did not get
no
Ash.
Brock, no Misty.
Wasn't Ash the friend in the beginning?
No, that was the cab driver for Deadpool.
Yeah, wasn't that?
It was not.
Did they say his name?
No, they did say his name, but it was not.
Okay.
Ash. It was something more basic than that.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It was Ash.
He was wearing the same like hat that I recognized from seeing stuff for it, so I thought that's who it was supposed to be.
Trying to go through my notes here. I don't think I put his name down. Failure. Dope.
But yes, it was the actor that plays the was it Dopinder from the Deadpool movies.
Which I thought that was really cool because obviously they've worked together before. Then
His name was Jack.
Jack. Not
Jack.
Ash.
I just found it. Yeah.
I wanted Brock to F5 Pikachu. That would be a visual. Could you imagine?
That would be a visual.
He would just use quick attack and beat him though.
But could Brock, like he's little, could Brock even grab him to do it? Like he's...
That's true. That's a good point.
Brock would just put him up on his shoulder like a boombox.
But I don't know if he can, like, I don't think he can itch his back. So, like, if he's centered there, I don't know if he can reach.
Oh my god, I don't think Brock can itch his back.
Yeah, he's a big dude. I don't think he could itch his back.
He just grabs some little guy next to him and uses him as a back scratcher, if that's the problem. Like it,
yeah.
He can grab me and use me. Never mind.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Technically, Ash wasn't in the movie because he would be 30 years old. I mean,
well, yeah, all of them would have been.
Maybe he is.
Because this was 20 years later.
He might be just one of the people in the city working. We
just
saw him in
one
the
of the
background.
random people walking.
He was 10 when he faced Mewtwo.
Yes, he was also 10 for 20 years.
10 and 20.
He's still 30. 10. Even on the new ones, he's 10.
Is he still in the anime?
Yeah.
He's still
on
the
new
lead?
ones.
Didn't they change the voice actor though?
And they did change. Ash wasn't in it for a while, and then now they went back to Ash. But it's different. It's a different friend group now.
Well, it's probably because they were losing ratings, and they're like, "We want Ash back. You can't do this to us."
Yeah. So it is Ash again.
He's got to be going everywhere forever with no parents as a 10-year-old. Because anime, you know.
That is a fan theory. I have heard that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't know that.
That's why he's not growing up. Because he got hit with the dust.
Interesting. What's the theory then and why there are no dads and only moms? Is it something to do with war?
Well, this guy, Tim had a dad.
Not in the movie, in the games. Because it's always the mom shipping the kid off. There's no dad.
It's a great question.
And the only like grown-up males are like the professors.
But do they have kids? I'm trying to think.
One was like a nephew, isn't that in one of the games? Like that's the your nemesis.
Red?
Yeah,
Yeah. What a clever name.
it's very. It's translated probably something much cooler in Japan. The English translations are always lame in comparison to how things sound in Japanese.
True.
Orochi says they went to get cigarettes and they never came back. Good God.
They went to go get milk and bread and just never came back.
Oh, tragic tale of Pokemon. So Mewtwo, who erased Pikachu's memory of the incident, he warns Tim that his son Roger is behind the creation of Argas, which he requested Harry to look into. Tim and Pikachu recruit aspiring journalist Lucy Stevens and her Psyduck. Boy, was I happy to see Psyduck because
Love Psyduck.
he's a mental case.
He is.
And for reason, they suffer from constant migraine. And they could just kill everyone at any second.
Just the typical adult.
Basically. So it's like a relatable character. But he was such a cool live action thing. He's another one if I had to probably put in my top 10, he would go in there.
From not knowing any of the backstory, I did enjoy some of the back and forth between Pikachu and Psyduck in the car.
Make him rub
Rub
his
his
feet.
feet.
I do care about him. I don't want him to blow up. Fuck.
So awkward. It's just the little things that he was able to do with Pikachu as a character. It was just wonderful.
And
I did like Pikachu in the kid seat in the back of the car.
Yeah, he's in a booster chair. I keep wanting to itch my forehead.
when they were in the actual because we're at the point where they're in the actual news station right now, right?
We're getting there. They're headed to the abandoned genetic lab. Harry,
We skipped that. He skipped over the scene you're talking about, Cody.
Yeah, because that's when they meet up and then they head to the lab.
Yeah.
So if you have something you wanted to say, you can say it now.
No, I just thought it was funny how the son told his dad that nobody likes his Pokemon, and you see it's a Ditto that transforms into a human to push him in his wheelchair.
Which, my God, that was creepy. Ditto is creepy.
Was creepy.
Did not like that. Not a bit. Especially as we get towards the end. We'll talk a little bit more about that, possibly. So they travel to the abandoned genetics lab. The lab's personnel has been experimenting on Mewtwo and synthesized R from his genes for their own personal use. They're attacked by genetically enhanced Greninjas, which was so cool to see.
That's one of my favorite. That's out of the new age Pokemon, Greninja's my favorite.
Well, he's
So that was cool to see.
he's like what, a ninja frog, basically?
Yeah, and he was one of the starter Pokemon. So
Oh, that's right, he was. What game was that?
I don't know, but it's Froakie. I know Froakie was the
Starter.
The starter.
That might have been
turns
X
into
and Y
Greninja.
then. I'm trying to remember. Because I had worked at GameStop for one of the launches for the game, and we got like little plushies, which, God, I don't even know where mine ended up. Not the kids, because I didn't have kids yet, so it was probably a cat toy. I think it was X and Y then. I can't remember. Not that it matters. Somebody leave in comments below if you know. So they were attacked by the enhanced Greninja, and Pikachu is gravely injured. Tim begs a Bulbasaur to help Pikachu, and it leads them to Mewtwo. And my immediate thought was like, oh, Bulbasaur, Leech Seed, but that doesn't go the other way. That would be taking life from him. I was like, oh, that doesn't work. The other thought was Chansey. Aren't they a nurse Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
So that could have been an opportunity to introduce them.
Froakie was a starter in X and Y.
Okay. Nailed
yeah.
it.
Look at you go.
Look at me now. Chansey, they were the nurse assistants in the original anime.
Yes. And in the games. With Nurse Joy.
Do they actually heal, though? Is that one of their abilities?
Yes.
So why did they choose Bulbasaur?
Well,
Because you're
Bulbasaur.
bringing somebody there.
Yeah, and technically Bulbasaur didn't do anything besides lead Tim.
Right. I mean, it obviously makes sense for the bridge to the plot to have such and such things happen, but
Yeah, I think they didn't have Venusaur. They had Charmander. They had Squirtle. They had Blastoise. They had Charizard. They needed some form of the third starter Pokemon.
who chooses that one?
Uh, if we want to get technical, he is the best one to pick strategically.
To gain an early advantage in the game, yes.
Exactly.
But
And that gives you time to get other Pokemon that are more adept to fight the people later in the game. So he is the best one.
Now, see, Pokemon are elemental powered, basically, IROB. They each have their own strengths and weaknesses based on these elements. They're called types. So, and
Obviously,
there is
fire, water, and leaf,
those are your three that you pick from to start.
which is like rock, paper, scissors.
Basically, the game is set up on the premise of rock, paper, scissors,
Yeah,
yes.
water beats fire, fire beats leaf, leaf beats water.
And
Rock, paper,
then
scissors.
we've now added dozens of other types after you start the game. And as the games have gone on, they've added more and more types. So it gets really technical, and there's like this picture that you can print off to show you what has advantages over what.
Even if it's like 1.25% of an advantage.
It's huge because in
it gets wild.
In battle,
It matters.
It's like you're capped at level 50, I believe, unless they've changed that over the years. And that kind of stuff matters. The moves that you have set matter. Every little thing, every turn matters. Like there's the huge meta to the fight scene and the battling of Pokemon. And your party it gets pretty
It's pretty hectic in there.
It does. It's cool stuff to watch. Pokemon.
And always have a Magikarp.
Yes.
Ready to go.
Yes.
You just gotta give him a little kick.
Just gotta give him a little kick.
It's true. Pikachu remembers that he helped Mewtwo escape from the lab and believes he was responsible for betraying Harry. Not trusting himself, he leaves Tim. Pikachu comes across the crash site and finds evidence that it was Greninja, not Mewtwo. So we have the big reveal, the plot twist from the clip that we saw earlier. We didn't get to see the full picture of everything that happened. We saw one angle. So dun dun dun.
Yowie wowie. Sorry.
Hey, it's fitting.
That's what goes.
It's true. So they were responsible for the crash, meaning that Mewtwo was protecting Harry instead of harm. In Rhyme City during its anniversary parade, which was really cool because they had a bunch of like inflatable Pokemon for their parade.
That looked like the animated versions.
Yes. So I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Howard reveals that the captured Mewtwo... He reveals the captured Mewtwo to Tim, exposing himself as the true mastermind by taking control of Mewtwo's body, using a neural link helmet that places his mind inside Mewtwo while his human body remains in the wheelchair. Obviously, sinister individual, wanted to have absolute power. Confined to a wheelchair, he feels weak and powerless. So he was corrupt by all this. You know, basic villain stuff. Makes sense. He explains that Mewtwo confused humans in Pokemon, allowing humans to evolve as Pokemon can and become one with him. But this can only be done if the Pokemon is in a confused state, thus the need for R. So we know the truth behind why he was doing that stuff. Believing this is the future of humankind, Howard releases R across the city using parade balloons and begins forcibly fusing humans with their Pokemon. Pikachu summons his electrical powers to battle the Howard-controlled Mewtwo while Tim fights Howard's genetically modified Ditto, which is that sequence that I said we would bring back up. And my God, is this horrifying because Ditto can transform himself into basically anything except the eyes. When he turns to his friend, the girl, they meet up with the eyes. I'm like, I can't right now. 200-bit donation from Cody. Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hooray.
So I about lost it though, seeing her like just like try to menacingly menacingly stare him down as the girl with the ditto eyes. And the other, like, evil Pokemon with ditto eyes. Like, man, I just can't.
Just can't.
It was great, though. So this fight sequence was really cool. Expected third act fight sequence with the evil overlord of it all, right? This is pretty fair stuff here to expect. What did you guys think of this up to this point?
I was invested. It got me wanting to, cheering for the good guys. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, I mean this part of the movie, it's in high gear at this point. We've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of plot twists and twists and turns, and yeah, it's a good time up to this point. You're
One of my favorite lines was towards the end of the battle.
What was it?
I didn't need to beat you. I just needed to distract you.
Ah, yes, the clever hero. It's like the sequence.
It's cliche, but I still loved it. It made me laugh because it was just it's so cliche and perfect. It was great.
It's like the sequence in Guardians of the Galaxy when they do the dance off.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. What are you doing? Distracting you.
Stalling.
It's so good. So good. Stuff like that, yeah, it's clever because if you can't overcome them with brawn, you overcome them with brain. And that's a lesson in itself right there for little kids who are watching, feeling inspired. You don't have to be the biggest and the best to be the actual best. You just outsmart them. Do your homework, kids.
Stay in school.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs. So, continuing on. So Pikachu summoned his electrical powers to battle, and where was that? The real Roger had been tied up and gagged by his father. Tim manages to remove Howard's helmet from his body throughout this fight sequence, freeing Mewtwo from his control. So Mewtwo finally freed. He's not obviously being controlled, and Mewtwo is not actually a villain that we thought he was. We get him back to himself to help. Mewtwo restores the city inhabitants to normal. Howard is arrested. Roger hires Lucy as a full-time reporter. So everything is going swell. Everything is coming back together for our heroes in this story. He vows to fix his father's mistakes. Mewtwo explains that Harry tried to save him from Howard and helped him escape, but was attacked by the Greninja. Pikachu had volunteered to have himself fused with Harry to save his life. So this is the other twist in the story. Pikachu, this point too, it's like, man, what a just adorable little Pikachu. Sacrificing himself to do this.
I will say that Amy got mad at me because I called this twist out halfway through the movie.
That Pikachu was his dad the whole time.
How are you not going to know his voice?
It's true. Well, to be fair, we didn't see his dad. We couldn't see exactly what his dad looked like the entire movie until the end.
Right, but how does the kid not know his own dad's voice?
Because he hasn't seen him since he was little.
Yeah,
and he hasn't seen him since he was little.
I feel like you would still remember a voice, though. I feel like that's one thing that would
I'm
always
pretty
carry.
sure. Didn't he say that his mom died when he was 6 and he lived with his grandma and refused to go to his dad?
Yeah.
You think he would remember somebody's voice from the age of 6?
I just think it's
Maybe
one of those...
his dad's voice changed since he was 6.
That's true. Maybe it changed a little bit.
Do voices change?
Voices always change.
Really?
I don't sound the same that I did 10 years ago.
You don't. You're right.
You know that he doesn't?
Yes, I've always been watching and waiting for him to join us.
Hell yeah, I've been scouted.
Been scouting talent for years.
Then why did you keep me around?
Why did I continue scouting talent for years?
20 plus years just to betray you right now.
No, I already betrayed him at Acumania. I think we're good now. That already happened. The big twist.
There was a sledgehammer involved.
We can't do it
That's
again
true.
because then it's just repeating history, and then it becomes redundant and stupid. So, where was I? So Pikachu had volunteered to have himself fused with Harry to save his life. The experience erasing both their memories. Mewtwo separates the two, and Tim reunites with Harry in his human body. Tim decides to stay in Rhyme City to become a detective and spend more time with his father and Pikachu. So we get Pikachu still. We have his father, who is Ryan Reynolds, the actor. Which, is he old enough to have a 20-year-old boy in this movie? Like, he's...
Good question. I think he is.
Isn't he
I'm
like
sure he
50?
is.
I
Yeah.
don't want to know how old he is.
I'm looking it up.
I'm going to be mad at him because, damn it, he's another one like Paul Rudd.
44.
He's what?
44?
So, yeah, he would have had the child at 24 years old.
Which obviously is very possible, but like
Yeah.
he doesn't... Stop looking younger than you are, Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, look at Paul Rudd. He's older than that.
This BS is what it is. They're on
And Tom
something.
Cruise is even older than him.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise believes in a flying spaghetti monster, so that's why he's probably weird.
Yeah. Paul Rudd is 52.
Stop it.
And he looks better than he did when he was in his 30s.
Tom Cruise is 59. He's almost 60, and he's about to be in Top Gun 2.
Stop it.
Jesus. 60-year-old. man.
Wasn't
That's
Paul Rudd the
crazy.
guy in the Super Nintendo commercial?
Paul Rudd is in Role Models, if you've seen that.
I do want to see that, but I have not yet.
That is a great
You've never seen Role Models, and you're giving me a hard
and
time
he's
for not
also
seeing this?
And he's also Ant-Man.
When was I supposed to see Role Models?
Well, Role Models
It's been
has
out for a long time.
No, whatever.
Role Models came out in 2008.
No. Maybe I had seen it then. I don't remember it.
Yeah, you've had 13 years to watch it. I hope you did.
I don't know. Who else is in it?
What's his
William
name?
Scott?
Sean William
Oh,
Scott.
I'd seen that movie.
The guy that plays
It's Go
McLovin.
I'd seen
Yeah, they go
Uh,
loping.
Yeah. Jane Lynch, the comedian.
Yeah, okay, I've seen that movie.
Ken Jeong's in it.
I've seen that
There's
movie.
plenty of people in it. Yeah.
There is a Ryan Reynolds movie that I do want to see that's out right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the advertisements?
Free guy.
Free Guy. Yeah.
Free guy. Yeah.
Mikey in the house. What up, Mikey?
What about Paw Patrol?
Oh,
You
dang,
wanna see
dropping
Paw Patrol?
bombs. 100-bit donation from Mikey Nightmare. Hip, hip. Hooray! Mikey will be
Okay.
back streaming tomorrow night, guys, after 10 o'clock. You guys should check that out. Free Guy. Yes, Free Guy. I do want to see that. That looks pretty funny. Pretty good. But I'll have to wait for it to come to a streaming service because I don't want to pay the theater monies for stuff. Sorry. But yeah, that wraps up the plot for Detective Pikachu. That is your copy of it. I did not bring my see, now you're pulling at me.
You always hold up copies of things, so like here
I didn't
am.
bring mine to
And
the
we got it
desk.
on the back, and like even if you open it up, it's got that cool bonus disc. I don't know what's on it, but there's a bonus disc. that pretty good?
I am so
I do
happy
not
I make memorable
movie.
content for you to mock me with. Thank you. That's humbling.
You're welcome.
It's humbling.
I rented mine on Voodoo last night.
You rented it?
Yeah.
You could probably find it somewhere for free, man. But hey,
You
give
sent
them
me the
your money.
link that was all streaming.
My
Right.
children
It
gave
was
me a
in-
Mario bracelet before this. Just so you know, I think they wanted me to show you.
I like that.
Yeah,
Did you get
it
your
has, like,
kids
a bunch of different
the
things.
Mario Kart Circuit game yet? Have you seen that? It's on sale, or it was on sale.
No, they're not
Is that
really
Count
fans of Mario
Chocula?
Kart.
Yes,
They're
it
still
is.
playing Mario Party though. Like they played Mario Party today
Did they?
for a while. Yeah.
I did not play any games. I do the thing where I have an intention to play a game, but then I turn on my console and it has like 40 updates, and then I play the game where I watch it update.
Hey, it's the
Ooh,
child.
I like that. That's cool. You
I
got-
got things.
Whenever we actually get to go back into the Funkos in the desk here.
You guys have toys? I have Rubik's Cube,
I
unsolved. He's searching now. He's on a hunt to
Finger
find things.
boxing gloves? Finger boxing gloves?
Oh, those are cool. Oh, what is
The
it? Do
whole
you have a
thing.
shelf? Did you just carry a shelf?
Yes.
He did.
We got Thanos and Iron Spider. We got the Blue Ranger. We
They're
got
all
a bunch of wrestling things that are still in plastic.
In plastic. Look at that.
Yeah.
The man took a shelf to the camera instead of the
Pick it
camera
up.
to the shelf.
And I gotta show you this one. This one goes with one that I already have at my desk at work if we ever get to go back.
Ooh, Korg. Love Korg.
Because I have Bro
I
Thor.
have this.
Yo, you got a friggin' Super Bowl trophy?
It was a fantasy football trophy, but yeah.
This man won the Super Bowl.
So yes, I had to get the cord to go with my bro Thor. That's what they call it. It's Thor from the movie when he was large and eating pizza.
Do you know what game this is from? One of my favorite games. Gray.
One of my name tapes. It was just randomly sitting over there, so I picked it up.
This is a little sister.
Oh, I can see the Pikachu now. It's not see-through.
Little sister from Bioshock. Mikey, all he has is a mannequin head. That's creepy too.
I can pull out giveaway stuff if you want me to do that, like I always do.
You should. Cody is giving stuff away, by the way. So our next raffle, he'll be giving stuff away.
This thing, hopefully. Keyboard, mouse, headset for gaming PC. All you need is the PC.
It's true. Maybe one day we'll give away a PC. That'd be a hell
That's
of a price.
expensive.
That would be expensive. I would rig it so one of us won because we both need a new one. Well, not need, but I would like a newer
I would
one.
love a new one. Yeah.
I have a
It
bottle
gets the
opener.
job done.
Bottle opener says Game Over and Pac-Man on it. Speaking of Pac-Man, I'm a big fan of Arcade 1-Up, if anyone had or had not noticed. They announced today Arcade 1-Up Junior. Did either of you see that?
Oh.
Nope.
So it's basically like a smaller plastic version. The Young Bucks. They are killing the business. It's true.
Still in the business.
It's going
From backyards to big leagues.
It's going to the tubes.
They haven't got to a
Down
big
the
league
tubes.
yet.
This is a great book, though. Has pictures. Got AJ Styles and all those guys in here. Look at that.
Is that Adam Cole, baby?
Yeah, Adam Cole, Bebe. And Kevin Owens is in that picture right there.
KO.
See that? And Adam Cole.
KO. If you guys like wrestling, join the NOW podcast with Cody and Trevor most weeks on Sundays, unless there's a pay-per-view. And then when they
Yes,
have a
sir.
chance to do makeup episodes, they do. If you want to catch up on their content, though, they archive everything on podcast platforms such as Google, Apple, Spotify, and they have their own dedicated YouTube channel. Search for Nerds of Wrestling. Subscribe today. Over 25 available episodes. Is that vinyl?
It is vinyl.
Nirvana Unplugged. That's a good
In New
set,
York.
too. Good set.
Yes. It's very good.
Show and
I have
tell.
a
That's what you
few-
need,
a few
Cody. Why
vinyls.
don't you do a behind-the-scenes episode soon?
The crazy part is I'm not even standing up for most of these things.
He's just grabbing stuff. We
This
need a
won't
show
work
and-
because
Go away.
you can't see it.
Oh, the cord fell out. Can't
It's a
close
green clown wig, but screws with the
I was
background.
just saying it's green. It's not going to show. But
Yeah.
speaking of shows, so closing out this podcast, as far as a possible sequel for Detective Pikachu, in January of 2019, months ahead of the release of Detective Pikachu Legendary Entertainment announced that a sequel was already in development. However, May 3rd, 2021, they said, I think we have to just kind of bury our hopes. I don't think it's going to happen. I really hope so,
Wow.
though. So, here's the thing. Film is all about money making, and the
It would make a lot of
success
money.
of Pokemon Go really reignited the interest even into greater heights. Pokemon is a cash machine. Always has been. Pokemon Go elevated that to the next level. This was a couple of years after that film. It was still hot. Pokemon Go was still hot. Pokemon itself was hot. The Detective Pikachu brand was a curious choice as far as their first live action into the Pokemon world, because there are Detective Pikachu games. I don't believe
Well-
they're their highest selling ones, though.
So I remember when this movie came out, so how they announced this movie was Pokemon Go. Because I don't know if you remember it, but they had the release of Mewtwo in Times Square.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of people went out there and they made a whole commercial out of it, which was it was a Pokemon Go / Detective Pikachu commercial. So they capitalized on Mewtwo being in this movie.
I mean, that's smart. You make an exclusive like character in Pokemon Go that everyone's going to be obsessed over. You get everyone talking about why and where it came from and what it's related to. That's smart marketing.
And releasing it where millions of people already are in Times Square.
But I thought it was an odd choice as far as the entry into live action. But in all honesty, it worked. I know we all said going into this one it was a good movie. I agree, after coming to the conclusion here of the plot. It is a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the film. I didn't hate the plot. There's really minimal things that I could say I hated. Is it a perfect movie? I don't think so, but it's really, really good. It's fun for most ages.
You could definitely watch it with your kids, and they will like it as well.
And my oldest does. So...
And I watched mine with my kids earlier today. I mean, it's a fun movie. I mean, you have Pokemon that everybody loves, like Pikachu and Psyduck, and even Mr. Mime to an extent. Everybody loves Cubone. But then you have, like, Machamp being a traffic cop, which is cool to see.
Yeah,
Jigglypuff is singing in a coffee shop.
I loved that. Again, one of my favorites. Just because he's a troll.
So I mean, like, there was just so much good. Even a Snorlax sleeping in the street.
You know how they created that, right?
Machamp. No.
They saw me, and they're like, "That man is a Pokemon."
And they said, "Sit in the middle of the street
and just sleep."
I thought it was funny because he's sleeping, and the guy is directing traffic around him in the city.
Machamp is directing traffic, being a traffic cop, making the traffic flow around the Snorlax that's sleeping on the street.
That is a plot point in the games too, Rob, where Snorlax blocks an important path that you can't proceed on until you have the ability to get him to awaken and move. So
yeah, and it was cool.
What?
Emmy was saying hi to Uncle Travis.
Hola! Does she like Pokemon?
She doesn't know any.
You are failing as a parent.
Do you like Pokemon?
Even if
Maybe
you
she
go to
does
McDonald's,
like
McDonald's like 2 weeks ago, McDonald's was giving Pokemon cards as a toy.
Yeah, they had to halt that though. People were going nuts over those things.
I'm sure they were. But yeah, then like seeing like Squirtle helping firefighters. Squirtle is a firefighter, which was great. Yeah, it's just a fun, cute movie that you like. A guy like me, I'm at 2018. I'm an adult. I have kids. I loved Pokemon growing up, and this was a nice little bonding thing because my kids were starting. My son was starting to get into Pokemon. So once the live action came out, we got to bond over that and go back to the cartoon portion of it. But it's a fun movie that brought generations together, I thought.
I agree completely, and it's my same sentiments towards the Sonic the Hedgehog film, which I'm begging you guys who are listening, anybody that has donated this month, I'm begging you for our next review or an upcoming one at some point. We will get to it eventually because we're going to review every video game film, but I really want to review Sonic the Hedgehog. Please.
Oh, you already did Sonic.
We have not done Sonic yet.
Because I've never seen it, so we haven't.
See?
We couldn't have.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Rob has not seen Sonic the Hedgehog yet.
But he's seen Warcraft, so that's all that matters.
Oh, God.
I had seen Warcraft, and I think it's a good movie, so...
It is a good movie.
Well,
that's a fun one as well. A little bit of gore in there.
Well, when you get around, Trevor, you get out of here.
Sonic is a good movie. It is.
Yeah. And if Rob ends up not liking Sonic, I think the podcast is over. I think that's when we call it a day. And Trevor,
is it going to be the worst video game movie when I watch it? Will it be my pick?
Wait a second. Is it going to be? I hope not. Trevor said that's not a troll. He has never seen Sonic. Get out of here. Anybody in chat listening right now, or anybody listening back that can have a comment below, please comment if you have not seen Sonic yet, because I am curious.
Oh, I thought that Sonic had a much more famous voice actor, but yeah, I don't know who that is.
Well, from the cartoon, it was
Roger Craig Smith.
It was Urkel from the cartoon.
Urkel?
Yeah,
What
Urkel.
cartoon was that?
Sonic, the animated series, one of the early ones in the 90s.
Oh, I'm still scrolling. I'm only at 2008.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Sonic content. Jesus.
Yeah. See, Trevor knows Jaleel White.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, in 1996.
Yeah. Mikey has never seen Sonic. Are you guys kidding me right now?
Yeah, now it's Ben Schwartz.
Which you know him.
Who you are. What is he from?
He's from quite a
I'm about to.
bit of stuff.
From Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'm looking up what he's from because I don't know who he is. Let's look at his IMDb. Sonic. Got it. Okay.
So I got a few fun facts while you're looking that up. Tim mentions a gangster film on the TV when he walked in to the apartment, which is an old detective movie. The clipping shown on the TV is actually Angels with Filthy Souls, which is a movie within a movie, which was featured in Home Alone. Created for Home Alone. It's not actually a real movie. So I don't know if you guys picked up on that when he was in the apartment.
I did not. Is that the You Filthy Animal movie?
Yeah. From Home Alone. So if you've seen Home Alone, which, Lord, I hope you guys listening have seen Home Alone.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I'm starting to get surprised by a lot of you and what you've seen and what you haven't.
I'd hope everybody's seen Home Alone. That's like The Sandlot. I hope all of you have seen The Sandlot.
Yeah, I've definitely
Agree.
seen it. Sandlot's so good. A Baby Ruth. So good. At the time of the production, there were over 800 Pokemon. It was reported that Detective Pikachu will only feature around 60, which we talked about. Another thing that we talked about as well was when Tim and Pikachu are searching the lab, they see footage that states that Mewtwo was created and escaped Kanto 20 years ago in Pokemon the first movie in 1999. So you already mentioned that as well. So the fun facts that I had pulled out, you guys basically already knew and shared, so that's good. These are fun facts, and they're good.
We used our brain.
We used a brain. We did some homework on this, or we just
Hell yeah.
We just knew.
Or we watched it today and just knew about Pokemon.
It's true.
So my story with the Sandlot is it's the first time I've ever felt like where I was old and felt dated talking to somebody. At work, at one point, I looked at someone and said, "You're killing me, Smalls," and got a blank stare. They had no idea what I was talking about.
That's rough.
That is an uncultured swine. You should distance yourself from them immediately. Because you're never going to have any interest with them.
So what's your favorite Pokemon game?
Like, favorite Pokemon game? My favorite is Pokemon Yellow.
I mean, I would stray completely off the path because I would say Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Snap.
Snap's a good one. Have you played the new one?
You know what? I have not played the new one. I'm actually going to buy it here.
I was going to say, I'll
probably tonight
for your kids.
They'll
love it.
But the other one that I was just thinking, remember the what was it called? Hey You Pikachu?
Yes, on the Nintendo 64.
It was on the Nintendo 64 and it came with the attachment with the microphone.
Yeah, he didn't like when you cussed at him. He shook his head no.
No, he didn't. No, he was very upset about it. But that was a great game. It was for it being on a Nintendo 64 and you have the capabilities to talk to your Pikachu and train him.
I remember watching you play that a lot, and you you thought it was hilarious that he didn't like it when you swore at him. You did it a lot.
I did, because it was funny.
Dude, look at this! And I was like, "Yeah, you showed me last week." He goes, "But watch, I'll show you." I like, yeah, it was.
It's good stuff, though. It's true. And then I sold my 64 collection. I've kicked myself in the face every day since then because I have not got myself one back. One day. Listeners, if you guys want to donate a Nintendo 64 to your kind host
or two,
let us know. We will accept it. We'll give you our shipping information. So,
and our love.
It's true. Or feel free to just donate to the channel to help fund that dream of ours. We'd love a Nintendo 64.
I would 100%. I wonder if I can play Pokemon Stadium on On stream.
On emulator, probably. You could probably do most
That's
things.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out how to get
What was that
Pokemon
on?
Stadium.
That was on GameCube?
It was Nintendo 64.
Stadium was 64. I thought, wasn't there one on GameCube, though? Or was that the sequel?
Might have been 2.
You
2
still
was
have your
also on the
emulator
Nintendo 64.
with all that type of stuff, Trev?
Who's it what now?
Oh, Gale of Darkness was on the GameCube. I don't remember that game.
It was the purple one.
Oh, that's like... Yeah, it looks like Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
MX says he's going to donate. MX, you take care of you first, man. We told you that.
True. Oh, look, and there's Hey You Pikachu. Oh, memories. Look at that.
Well, now
The
you
mic's
have...
a lot bigger than I thought.
That's
That
what she
thing's
said.
huge.
That's what she said.
Is what she said.
God, I hate you.
It makes me think, too, of the microphone game Seaman.
What's that?
You never seen Seaman?
Uh-uh.
Hi, Rob. You've seen Seaman. You've seen me play that.
I've never seen you play Seaman. No.
So it's a Dreamcast game that's voiced by Leonard Nimoy. It's this little tadpole guy, and he learns speech, and then he asks you questions about yourself, and he learns about you, and he remembers things because it's input. You input the calendar information, so he'll learn your birthday. He'll learn like your family, and he just talks to you. And then he mates and does weird things, and it's just a very strange aquarium Seaman game voiced by Leonard Nimoy. Seaman.
Did you ever play Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Nintendo Wii? It kind of looks like Pokemon Stadium. I don't know if it is, though.
I did not.
It looks very similar.
I'll be honest, I've mostly stuck with the mainline entries. There have been a few that I've gone off the path and played, but I've stuck with the mainline for the most part.
Makes sense.
It's just expensive to buy all the games because they release at least 2 or 3 a year. Because as of right now, we have the remaster re-release of Diamond and Pearl, which I've already pre-ordered. Those come out in November.
Yeah, I won't be getting those.
No? Why not?
Because I'm going to get the new one that comes out.
In January, Arceus,
Yeah.
which is their big 3D one.
Yep.
So I saw some footage of that this past week, and that actually looks really good. I fully expect one of us to stream it at some point.
Probably.
That will not be me.
Rob says it won't be you. What could be really cool if any of you guys get the game out there, if we had live battles on stream.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can coordinate that kind of stuff. I know a bunch of you guys have the Switch out there, including a prize winner of ours. So if you want to get involved. So stuff like that. What else did I have as facts? I don't have any
I'm
other facts.
gonna go ahead and oh, that's not what I want. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that game while we're talking about it so I don't forget.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah. So when they wake up tomorrow, it'll be on here.
Yeah, boy.
And they'll be like, oh, what's this? And they think they broke something, and then they'll snitch on themselves, and then they won't get in trouble because it was me.
Well, you enjoy that game. It is a lot of fun. Have fun with the annoying tutorial, though. I hate tutorials in games. I just want to play the damn game. But then I get pissed because I don't know.
How do you know how to play?
That's what I was just going to say. I get pissed because then I don't know what I'm doing. Well, if you would have paid attention to the tutorial, well, I don't want to. It's like you're reading the instruction manuals. It's just a lot of print. Stop. Just let me figure this out. Then I get mad.
The only thing that annoys me is if I go back to replay a game and you can't skip the tutorial.
Yeah. It's like I already know. It's like the first Kingdom Hearts on that first island. That's the tutorial of the game before you actually get involved in the main story. And it's like 45 minutes long. It's like, my God, I just want to get to the main town and start the actual game. Because there's no leveling. There's absolutely no accomplishments in that first island of that game. There's nothing that you can do to advance your character. It's literally a tutorial. It's not like you can level grind or find things. It's pointless.
There's no rubber band on your controller to max out your sneak skills?
This is not Skyrim. Speaking of Skyrim, oh my god, we've talked about Skyrim so many times on our shows that they answered the call. This November, we're getting a 10th anniversary of the game, and I have to buy the game again.
I did see that.
So that is the thing.
I will be playing it for the second time this weekend.
You're going to have fun.
Like ever.
You're going to have fun. It is a good game.
I did. So I put about like 2 hours into it a couple weeks ago when I downloaded it.
Question for you guys. Should we have, in addition to the shows that we're doing now, a weekly talk show like this where we just talk upcoming games and things that's going on?
We've talked about doing something similar to this, but just bullshitting.
Should that be a thing we launch after we finish up the years in gaming?
Be
I
down.
think that would be a good thing for if after you get done through your years.
Yeah.
Inside your DNA.
Yeah. Because then we could share clips, we can share various things, maybe clips from the community, maybe things that we're doing. You could show that Pokemon Snap game that you just got, and then we can throw that up on the screen and have you play it. Just a variety show.
The ultimate variety show.
Yeah. But now we're just rambling, though. For those that came here to listen to Detective Pikachu, the consensus is that we all love it. We all at least like it. Some of us love it. It's a good movie. Honestly, watch it. I would even go as far as saying buy it, because it is rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after we watched it yesterday, Amy said that we could do it again, like watch it again. She would like it, so that means I probably have to buy it now.
As you
So she
should.
just bought it in the first place.
You could probably find it cheap on Amazon. So
Yeah, I completely forgot that I had a copy of it. Like I told Travis, I bought it for my son for Easter, like last year, because we always get them, like either a movie and like a little toy or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got him Detective Pikachu, and I completely forgot, and it's been sitting in the cabinet, basically untouched for a year and a half at least.
that's how a lot of my movies go, sadly.
Gotta have it.
Although
Until my wife was like, "Oh, we have that movie."
Rob, and I did watch a movie that I've been waiting on watching, though. On Saturday after
Yeah.
SummerSlam, we watched Spiral.
What's that?
That's the latest movie inspired by the Saw franchise.
Was it good?
It was okay.
If you like the Saw movies, it's in the same like realm.
They're hit or miss.
It does have
I
Chris
enjoyed
Rock
it.
rated. Yep, Chris Rock is in it. He helped produce it.
I enjoyed it. Trev, you said you were kind of meh on it, so
It's fine. I
Yeah,
don't know
those
what I was
movies
expecting.
are real hit or miss.
It's a franchise that probably overstayed its welcome already as it is, and to have it be really heavy on detective and less on the horror aspect of it, I think that's what surprised me more. It's a nice spin, but I like the horror stuff.
it was just for that. It was like detective, and then throw you into some like way over the top gore scene, and then back to detective. Like it wasn't a whole lot of suspense or build up for anything.
No.
Mm.
So I was disappointed in that regard. But if you like detective movies like Detective Pikachu, this
Segue.
is not for your kids, Spiral. This is
No, take-
very
No,
gratuitous.
no, do not take the kids to that one.
No.
Take the kids, especially if they're on.
Yeah, no Pikachu in the movie for Spiral.
Just like taking your kids to see Deadpool and complaining that there was bad language. You know, like that's
Take them to the Christmas edition, and they solve all that.
Yes, rated. It's a crime-solving movie. They're trying to figure out the crimes, and then there's a plot twist, and things happen. And there are
Things and
some
stuff.
traps in it, inspired by Jigsaw. So, but ladies and gentlemen, this has been our rDNA podcast with Cody King, iRob, and myself. We did review Detective Pikachu. Hopefully you liked our insight, thoughts, and diagnosis on the plot. I had fun talking about it, as much fun as I had watching it. So again, I highly recommend checking out this movie. Is it the worst video game film of all time? No. We still have not found that yet. At least I don't think so. There are many more
That's why
to
I
come.
picked it. I wanted to switch it up a little bit. Been doing a lot of bad movies that Rob likes all of them.
He
I
does. He
figured
has
we'd
not said
do
a
one
bad thing.
I figured we'd do one that all of us like. I kind of figured that this would be one that's highly regarded as a good movie. So
I think
yeah,
out
switch
of
it up a little bit.
You did, and I think out of the films that we've reviewed so far, this is probably top of the list for the best of the ones we've reviewed so far. So this is considered the best so far. More to come.
For you.
Sonic, 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 Sonic. If I say it enough, somebody's going to pick it. Our month is winding down. 1 week from tonight is the last day of the month. So that means our donations end. Prizes will be handed out. One of you will get to pick the next movie review at the end of September, Sonic. So if you are the winner, Sonic, you'll get to pick a video game
DOA.
movie of your choice, Sonic.
DOA.
DOA. I do own that
DOA.
one, so Sonic.
I honestly hope that Rob picks to the movie review. And he
Rob
just
is a
goes
contender.
completely against what you want. I know. I see that. I hope he goes DOA instead.
Well, you're saying we're trying to find a bad one. I seem to remember that one might be in the running, so that's why.
DOA is pretty bad.
We are going to record a bonus episode in October. You're not going to be able to pick this one unless you pick it for September, but in October we are going to record a bonus episode. I don't know if it'll be live or how we're going to manage it, but it's going to be a long one. We're going to be reviewing the Resident Evil franchise.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
So, because that is, again, based on...
Yeah, I don't know if we could do that into one like live thing. That would be a long time.
So it'll be one that we might not do live.
Started at 6 p.m. and go to midnight.
Right. It'll be a longer episode. I don't know, again, if we'll do it live or not, if I'll edit it, trim it, or just kind of wing it. We'll figure it out. But next week, Tuesday, is the end of the month. We'll be reviewing with, hopefully Wicked can make it, as it is his pick. We're going to be reviewing ICP's latest EP, Yum Yum's Lore. So be on the lookout for that. That is available on Spotify right now. It's got like 8 or 9 tracks on it. And this also comes off the breaking news that one of the members of ICP actually has heart failure. They're going to be doing their farewell tour throughout the course of this year and next year. So that is pretty tragic and unfortunate for anyone to have happen to them. So we hope that gets figured out for them, but that is not a really good assessment of their health. But join us next week to see what we say about Yum Yum's Lore. That'll be the next Tuesday podcast. And also coming up this week, we have possibly a pay-per-view event tomorrow night, special GM show, the Birthday Bash on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Immediately following that, Mikey Nightmare will be streaming on the channel. Thursday night is our normal night of NAW, live at 8 p.m. Before that, we have NPC that is on YouTube. So a lot of wrestling action over the next 2 days. Also in the coming days, be on the lookout for other content on the channel, pop-up streams. The return of Wicked, he was out last week traveling. He'll have a bunch of stuff to share with us next week on the podcast. Batman says they do have a card, so join us tomorrow for that. And Cody, do we have... Are you going to be going Sunday? Is that going to be the next Nerds of Wrestling? Is that what we're aiming for?
Yeah, most likely.
So,
and we're going to keep the weeks brief, but we're going to hit on a lot of things, a lot of returns, a lot of pay-per-views, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch. And whoever comes this week coming up, because there's rumors about Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, and yeah. So it's
Bryan Danielson? What?
Yeah.
I think, he would be Bryan Danielson if he went.
And also Mr. Rotunda for Full Gear.
So a lot of things happening. If you guys like wrestling, you're in the right place, because we do talk about a lot of wrestling stuff, as well as have a fantasy league every week, every Thursday night at least. So you're in the right place if you like that.
He'll post that.
I don't know who on the survey. I haven't. If you guys messaged me, I didn't see it yet. But be on the lookout for that. Maybe you'll have to wait until their next live episode.
Maybe.
I think they should do that. Make them wait and announce it live.
Love making you suffer.
That's right. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. Again, thank you, Cody. Thank you, iRob, for coming out. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, everyone who chatted. For everyone that donated, thank you so much. Let me throw up that credit roll so we can give you guys that shout out here. We'll roll the credits. We'll read it off as it happens. Dose of Nerd Acumen.
Oh, this way.
Thanks for
This way.
supporting the stream. Cheers, 2,000 from Cody, 1,000 from Rated, 100 from Mikey. Moderators were Lana, Mikey, Nightbot, and Streamlabs. Hosts were Order of the Za, Cody King DNA, Batman Benno, and Rated AAR.
I wasn't a mod. What is this?
Were you like on though? Well, you had to have been. You donated.
Mm-hmm. And it's on in the background on my browser.
Did
Rude.
it show Trevor?
Rude.
It didn't show Trevor either.
No, it did not show Trevor either.
So, because you guys are not mods, you're actually
We're admins.
admins.
We're daddies.
Yes. And I'm mommy.
Who's your daddy?
Zaddy. With a Z.
Rady, you don't host or co-host a show. We talked about this. It's nothing personal. We're not that type of channel that just lists all their friends as moderators. That's not what we do here.
Rated. Get out of here.
We can
Patooey.
refer you to those other channels if that's what you care about.
You
don't
can mod for my
co-host it,
channel.
you just show up to it.
You can mod for my channel, Rated. That's okay.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. MXG, he's in here. He might need some mods, so that might help you out.
There you go.
Fellowship night.
Yes, it's been a minute.
Fellowship.
We'll get back into that. Halo will be coming soon. News on Halo 2, they are delaying co-op campaign and Forge at launch. So that's not a thing. We can't play together now, co-op. So the only thing that we're going to be doing this winter is multiplayer online together, which...
But it's coming.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be perfect before
In
I get
all
to it.
honesty, how many of us are going to jump into the campaign anyways besides
Nope.
solo campaign for ourselves? We're going to be spending most of our time in multiplayer. So let's just be honest with ourselves.
Oh, the only way that I'll be doing the campaign is with you. So there you go.
Yeah, and we can't. We got to wait. So at least it's coming out. As long as it works, it's in our hands.
All that matters.
It's all that matters.
Talked about it. I'm weird. Halo's only fun if I'm playing with my bud Travis.
Oh, look at that.
That was cute.
Oh.
Now kiss.
It sucks because I don't like it if I'm playing by myself. So it means that the game's useless unless Trav's there.
What was that weird thing you just did with your tongues?
Ass lick a tongue.
Oh, which was in the movie.
Ah, yes.
Detective Pikachu, which we reviewed. Thank you very much.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode. You gotta do it again and cut you up.
No, P. I can't do it with the same energy.
Good night, everybody.
There you go. I did my version of the salute for you, Cody. There you go.
Yeah.
Goodbye.